Hey, this is Prometheus giving you another breakdown this week in Madden, December 27th, 2020. I'm going to show you 5 different tips to help you win more games in Madden. I got 5 YouTubers, real small YouTubers, guys that have less than 5,000 subscribers, and I think that they've got really good content. Some of them actually have really good editing, real naturals in front of the camera. If you personally have a YouTube channel that you want to get promoted on this week in Madden, please let me know. Go ahead and hit me up with a comment below, and also, if you can, send me a video link that you are looking to promote, and I'll gladly go ahead and show this to the community. So let's go ahead and take a look at these channels. I got 4 defensive tips and then 1 offensive tip, but I've got some really good YouTube channels that are up and coming, and I think you guys are going to see these guys grow significantly in 2021. So Spruce Goose TV, I love the channel name. Anybody that's followed history, Howard Hughes, Spruce Goose is a great channel name. This guy's got really good editing, copy, extremely articulate in breaking this down. This is going to be a defensive tip. This is a tip that pretty much everybody should know, or at least have a method to do this to help beef up their defense. And it's talking about shooting the gaps with your user and blowing up the run in the backfield, or basically doing some manual blitzing. So I'm just going to show you one aspect of this, but it's a 3-part, the 3 aspects in this video, and it's a real good thing to add to your defensive scheme. So let's go and jump into that right now.
Now I'm going to show you 3 scenarios today: how to gap shoot against a regular run, how to gap shoot against a goal line run, and how to gap shoot against a pass, which is also called a user rush, but we're going to be user rushing up the middle instead of around the edge. Now if you end up liking the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It's completely free, and it's a great way to support the channel. But without further ado, let's get into how to gap shoot in Madden 21. So for the things I'm going to show you in this video, there are 2 formations you have to have in your defensive playbook. That is big nickel over G and nickel 3-3-5 wide. And there are only 3 playbooks in the game that have both those formations in them. That is the 4-6 playbook, the Miami Dolphins playbook, and the New York Giants playbook. So I highly recommend running one of those 3 playbooks. So to shoot the gap against a regular run, we're going to come out in the formation big nickel over G, and preferably we're going to come out in one of these zone coverages. I think they just happen to work the best for shooting the gap against a standard run play. Now, you'll often see people sub in safeties for these linebackers right here. For our purposes of just gap shooting, all we want is speed, and the Bucs have Devin White, who is an exceptionally fast linebacker at like 91 or 92 speed, so I'm going to leave him in there, but just remember that oftentimes it will make sense to sub in some safeties in place of the linebackers. So I'm going to call cover 3 sky. We're going to put the offense on random run, and you can't shoot the gap against every run in the game, but hopefully we'll get some runs that we can shoot the gap on, so I can actually show you guys how it works. Now the only adjustments we're going to do are we are going to pinch our defensive line, so we're going to press left on the D-pad, down on the left stick. We're going to slant the D-line outside, which is left on the D-pad, up on the right stick, and we're going to take the linebacker that we're using, and we're going to put him in a blitz. So we're going to press A on Xbox or X on PlayStation, and then down on the right stick. So now we're going to want to hover maybe 3 or 4 yards in front of the center. And the moment they hike the ball, we're just going to try to explode straight up the middle. Now on a draw, it's not going to work. You saw there was no gap. That's just the nature of a draw play. But let's run this a couple times, guys, and see if we can actually get a run that you can actually shoot the gap on. So again, right there, that is a perfect example. Let's look at the replay real quick. You just hover 3 or 4 yards behind the center, and just the way it works with pinching the D-line and then slanting outside, it just opens up that gap for you to shoot right up the middle. And this works against runs under center as well. It is on completely random run right now, so we'll get some runs from single back and I-form close as well. Let's just keep running through the random plays. It looks like, what was happening there? It looks like we got several shotgun plays in a row, but that's okay. Let's just run through these a couple times, and once again, you saw we shot the gap right there. So I didn't want to make any cuts in this part, guys, but the game has given me several runs in a row that you simply cannot shoot the gap on. So hopefully we'll get some good examples. I'm hoping for 3 in a row that are actually good examples of gap shoots, and there is a great example right there. So there's 1 in a row. Let's see if we can keep it going. We are pinching the D-line, we are slanting outside, we are kind of hovering 3 or 4 yards behind the center with our linebacker. And once again, and so the gap was there, but that crack block from the wide receiver guys. But you saw we still shot through that gap. It was just that, that blocker from, outside the offensive line that came and got us. And that's the one thing you can't control for that. But this is mainly to get you through the offensive line into the backfield and either taking on the ball carrier or at least taking up one of those other blockers. And again, we got a weird animation, but made the tackle. So hopefully you guys can see that this can actually work. Pinch the D-line, slant them outside, take your linebacker, hover 3 or 4 yards behind the center, and you can get in the backfield and completely shut down your opponent's rushing game. So that is how you shoot the gap against a regular run. Now let's go look at how to blow up a goal line run.
Now the next channel we're going to take a look at is DemBoys22. Obviously this guy's a big Cowboys fan, but he's going to show you basically a breakdown of a defensive formation that he took from pro player Joke, and he actually breaks down the foundation of this particular defensive set. I saw his video. I was actually in a live game, and I really run 3-3-5 wide, defensive set. But I actually ran this with the confidence, knowing that I'm going to be able to get some pressure coming in, and I actually sacked a guy in a 3rd and long situation, put him in a 4th and long situation, and forced the punt just because I saw this video. So once again, go ahead and take a look at this. Take a look at his channel. He's got a full breakdown of this entire defense, but it is a good defensive thing that you want to throw into your scheme.
What's going on, everybody? Demboys back at it. Kind of amped to be bringing you this one, honestly. So if y'all watched clubs, y'all saw Joke's defense. My guy was sending 2 and getting home. All right, so I'm going to show you his 5-man screamer and why it was important to his 2-man rush, and we're going to look at his back end shells. The broadcast was from his stream, so we get to actually kind of have an inside look here at how he sets up the back end of his defense as well. So make sure you stick around for all of this. You will be a defensive expert when this is done. The play he picked was Mike Blitz 3. So his first setup was a 5-man screamer. Now I'm not sure if you saw the first play of the game, but that's important to all of this. What he did was he spread his line, he slanted outside, and you come right down over the center here. You want to have your pass rush bars up, and you just kind of come forward and bounce back, and you get a 5v5 absolute screamer, right? So what happened that first play was both ends came in. If I double team the center here, and again, spread the line, slant the pass rush outside, stand close enough to have the pass rush bars come up. What Joke noticed here, and I like to stand just a touch to this side, what Joke noticed here was both edges came in, not one, meaning he knew there was a double team on his defensive tackle. I believe that's why he screamed, because he knew that the dude was going to stop double teaming, because he didn't want to get screamed at, and he was going to be able to send 2 at him all game long. All right? So again, with the double team, we'll show you how this looks. See what I'm saying? So note that if you see both guys scream, that's why. They're probably going to stop double teaming.
All right, so this next channel is Call Me Spree. It is great to see someone that is not an American that plays John Madden football, and based on the accent, most likely not an American. But he actually shows an extensive breakdown. This is just a small cut of this video, an extensive breakdown how he runs the bunch formation and uses it to break down different types of defensive shells. So this is once again another up-and-coming YouTube channel. The guy's kind of a natural. He's got a very articulate, good in front of the camera, and this guy's channel is going to blow up eventually. So wanted to go and feature this, but he breaks down his entire bunch formation and how he breaks down every single coverage in the game, and this is just a portion of it.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having another fantastic day today. You can call me Spree, and welcome back to another video. Today it's all about offense. I want to break down a very simple offensive scheme that you can go ahead and use to bomb any coverage in Madden 21. Cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, man coverage, whatever it is, you are going to be able to bomb it with this particular mini scheme. Now, if you do like the look of this offense and want to see it in action, definitely consider popping down, hitting that subscribe button down below. Whether it's no money spent gameplays or when we're streaming live on YouTube, I love running running this offense. It is a heck of a lot of fun, so definitely make sure you're coming through. But let's get into it. Let's go break down this offensive scheme. All right, as you can see, we're in practice mode now. I'm going to be running out of the Washington offensive playbook. You have a bunch of really solid bunches out there, but I think it has some really unique plays, some really good options that you can go ahead and use to beat any coverage. So that's what we're going to be covering today. Now within this formation, we're going to stick to three plays we can use to go ahead and beat any coverage. Now if we go ahead and have a look at the audibles, we have them set up right there. Clear out, FL in, we've got the Z spot on go, and then we have the bunch trail. You can comfortably go ahead and build an entire scheme out of just those three plays. First play we're going to look at is going to be this bunch trail. We're going to go up against cover 2 to get us started. This is a good, nice, easy starting point, looking to bomb cover 2. Now if we go ahead and look at the offense, you can see we have Adam Thielen right there. I think in this particular offense, to be able to use all of these bomb plays, having a slot apprentice, someone that can go ahead and change up his routes, going ahead putting in corners or posts or some of those stop and goes, that's a really good way to open up this playbook anymore. So that's why we have Adam Thielen on the team. All right, jumping into our first setups, there are two ways to attack cover 2. You can go deep in the middle of the field and you can go deep down the sideline. Those are going to be two ways you can go ahead and attack it, especially if you're trying to get those big one-play touchdowns. All right, for this first play, I want to attack deep in the middle of the field with Tyreek Hill. We're going to put a curl out there, we're going to put a corner out there, and we're going to put a slant out there, and maybe we'll block our running back just to get a little bit of extra protection. We have our tight end that's going to occupy the linebacker, so we have that mid zone that's going to be able to hold, make sure they're not dropping deep to cover Tyreek Hill. We have our two players going to each sideline, they're going to space out the safeties, and if we can get a little bit of time, I might have to roll out just to give myself a little bit of extra time. But right there, look how open that was. Yeah, let's go ahead and try not to screw that up again. So let's see, we got time, we can stay in the pocket. We just throw that rat catch, we catch it with Tyreek Hill, nice easy touchdown. Now a really easy way to stop that bomb play is to put the linebacker into that deep middle. It's going to make sure that there's someone covering it, it's not going to be wide open. So what we can go ahead and look to do is attack a different area of the field. This time we're going to look to attack the sideline, and we're going to try do it with this Z spot and go play. Now the route I want you to focus on is going to be that corner route by Adam Thielen. It's not your typical corner route. If we go ahead and smart route that, which is R1 and then R1 again, you'll see that it's a lot shorter and it's a lot sharper. He's going to get a really quick cut, and we can take advantage of that attacking the sideline. A nice easy setup. We can go ahead and put our receiver in a flat. We can put our tight end into a streak. So he's kind of occupying the safety in the middle of the field. And what we can go ahead and do is if we can get our timing right, we can look to rat catch that up the field, attack the sideline. Now Thielen isn't particularly fast. If you had a faster wide receiver, this would absolutely cook even better. But if we go ahead and set up to run this play again, what you want to go ahead and do is make sure you get this timing, pass lead up. You want to go about 2 o'clock. About 2 o'clock is going to be a good area, and you're going to be able to take it in for a nice play right there, attacking the sideline.
This next channel we're going to take a look at is going to be Rage Rel, once again, fairly new channel, and he talks about how he locks up the dreaded strong close formation, very popular formation that's getting used by a lot of the people online. Strong close has always been a nightmare formation for the longest time, for years. I would say probably about 10 years to stop, just because of the way the play is set up. And he's going to show you basically a base defense that he uses, then he's going to go into some depth. This is just going to be a breaking down of the base defense and how he sets it up. But this is worth checking out, especially if you have someone that runs a lot of strong close. This is how he shuts it down and how his mentality is. So take a look at Rage Rel's channel.
What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Rel. So in today's video, I'm bringing y'all a banger, man. So go ahead and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. Now, the banger that I'm bringing y'all is going to be the strong close defense. So I've been having a lot of y'all ask me about strong close defense, and here we are. So but let's go and hop right into this video. So as you can see right here, we do have strong close on the screen. Now, as far as the defense that I'm going to be showing you, as you just seen, is going to be this 3-3-5 wide, and I believe this is one of the most versatile defenses in the game, and it should be a defense that you're already familiar with. But first and foremost, let's talk about coaching adjustments, because this is the most important part to this defense. So you want to have auto flip on. I like having it on. It's not mandatory, but I like having it on. But what is mandatory, you want to have your flat set at 15. You want to have a curl flat set at 0 or 5. You can tinker around with 0 or 5. That's up to you. Personally, I like 0, but sometimes I could go to 5. And also right here, you want to have your hook curls at 10 yards. And I'll explain why that's important here in a little while. So for the defense, like I said, 3-3-5 wide. And the play that you want to come out in is going to be this cover 4 show 2. Now let's take a base setup. This is a base setup. Like I said, one thing y'all need to understand, I'm gonna remind y'all throughout the video, but there's no one setup that can stop every single possible route combo in the game. It just doesn't exist. So all you can do is just have a defense that stops majority. So anyways, the base setup, you want to press, you want to pull up your D-line menu, you want to slant them to the right, just like this. Now from here, you want to call over the top, and then this is just your base setup, base. So let me show you how this base setup fares versus the run right here. So with your user, you want to kind of just shoot down and just look to fill the gap. You see, that time we actually did get through, but this isn't a shut the run down in the backfield type of defense with this base setup. Now I do have another good setup that's going to fare better against the run, and I'll get into that whenever I want to get in that section. But right here, you want to press, crash your D-line to the right, and also, like I said, call over the top with your coverage to where you have purples on the field. And actually, my last setup I do like doing is double tap the right direction that pulls up the linebacker. Hit it right again to pull up the right outside linebacker, or the right line, well, outside, or the linebacker's responsibilities. And then you want to press X right here and put him in a vert hook. So to me, this is my base defense. So I'll say that again. This is the base right here. You can use the first one. It's just this one isn't as good in the run because his first step right here, Shaquille Griffin's going to be backwards. So it's not going to be, it's not going to be downhill. But I'll go ahead and show you against the dive right here, just so it is viable. So like I said, you just want to shoot down into the gap. As you've seen, yes, there are holes, but this is more of a contained defense. I'll show you one where you can blow up the dive pretty much in the backfield. I'm gonna show you that. That's for my second variation. So I do actually, I'll show you that right now. So for the second variation of the defense that I'll be showing you, you want to go ahead and press. You want to go ahead and slant your line to the right. You still want to call over the top, but now you want to take this guy, put him in a purple, and then you want to call down and over the top. My bad, I had to think, because you want to put him in a cloud flat. Basically, that's all. You want to put this guy in a cloud flat, which he's playing at 15 yards. Now you want to take square, put him in a vert hook, just like this. And then if you want to, you could take X and put him in the vert hook. So you'll be looking just like this on defense, and you'll be using this guy. Now, like I said, when you get in the when we get along in the video, you'll understand exactly why I like to alter between these two users right here. So I do want to show you against the dive right here. So on the snap of the ball, you just want to come down and fill this gap. You see how we can blow that up in the backfield? So this is a defense I switch to if they just want to be ignorant, I like to call it. So if they want to be ignorant and run, like they're like, I'm just going to run the ball. I'm just going to run the ball. So because you got to understand, there's two types of strong close users. There's people who go to strong close just to run the ball, just as like a variation, just to kind of mix up their offense. They might come there only looking to run the ball, or you have people that line up and run pass out of strong close as a main formation. So again, I'll go over that setup in a little bit, but I just wanted you to know that that setup does stop the run. Now
this last channel we're going to take a look at is DG the Chef. Once again, natural. This guy obviously has been doing either Twitch broadcasting or whatever. He knows that he's got good animations and stuff like that. Just a natural in front of the camera and extremely articulate. What he does in this particular video is shows you how to basically make your man coverages work a lot better. So a lot of people like to use a lot of man blitzes and man coverages. He's going to show you the mechanics and what to do and what not to do with man coverages. I'm going to show you basically, after he tested a bunch of different things, the better version of man coverage that he's noticed out of a particular formation. But this is a channel you want to subscribe to. Once again, a very small channel, but this guy's a natural, knows exactly what he's doing with his videos, and I think it's going to add additional value to you as you play John Madden football.
Okay, let's talk about man coverage. There are a lot of things that you can do in Madden 2021, and I'm talking about old gen here because we all know that new gen is basically a waste of your time. There's a lot of things you can do on old gen that will improve your man coverage, especially if you're dialing up that blitz and you're trying to mess up the offensive timing. Now, the one thing to know about this game is that there are some schemes and some formations and some plays that just play man a lot better than other formations and other schemes, and it's your job to figure out which ones work best for your particular defense. I'm going to show you a few on mine. Okay, remember I said that there's some formations that just play man a lot better. That's just how the game works. There are some formations that literally are baked into the code where they play man more efficient than other formations, and big nickel over G with 2 man is just not one of those formations. The formation that I like to run man out of is this cover 1 hole. For some reason, it plays man a lot closer and a lot more aggressive than any other man coverage out of big nickel. So let's go back into that Y off trips. and let's just run some crossers here. And we're gonna do the same thing now. We're gonna press RB or R1. We're gonna pinch our entire defense, okay? And then we're gonna play underneath coverage. And we're just gonna let this rock and see how the offense naturally plays man coverage. Now you see that even the alignment here is different. This is the alignment that we wanted, right over the receiver. This is the alignment that we wanted, right over the receiver. And even Gilmore is okay, but we kind of want him like right here, all right? So again, we're gonna pinch everybody, play underneath, and then just control our safety to kind of like let him do what he does. But we're just gonna see what the defense does. Here we go. Let's look at this again. Now remember, this is the same setup we did in cover 2 man, but it's a different formation now. So let's look and see what we have here. So here we go. We get a great jam off the line of scrimmage here, but look at this. We stay right in that hip pocket. We're right in that hip pocket there. Let's look at over here on Ridley. Another really good jam here. A great jam here, but not only did we jam him, we flattened him out. We're right there. And more than likely, you'll have a purple route over here to protect that. But that jam that forced him to come down a little bit more is what you want right here. Let's look at Jones. Look at this. We get that jam. Now remember, I played underneath. Remember when we initially played underneath with the last one, Gilmore actually came outside and played actually underneath him. But for this particular formation, he doesn't. We play underneath. We get the jam, he's still jamming him, still riding around him, but look, he's actually over top of Julio and he's running step for step with him. If you have a fast corner with go deep on him, he's going to knock that ball down 9 out of 10 times. You don't have anything to worry. Even though we played underneath, look at Gilmore, he's still riding him step for step down the field. He's not beat at all. So let's actually run another play, maybe more crosses this time, and let me show you how to take your man even to the next step.
So if you guys liked a lot of these breakdowns, I'd recommend going ahead and subscribing to these channels. Let them know that that you found out about their channel from me. So make sure you just say, hey, Prometheus sent me based on This Week in Madden. And if you guys like this format, let me know. Hit the likes, thumbs up, make comments below because I will definitely go ahead and keep doing this if this is a format that you guys like to do. There's a lot of great stuff going on in the community, but there's not a consensus breakdown of different tips and strategies from other YouTubers into one video. So that's why I wanted to do this. And if you have a YouTube channel that you want to try to get promoted in This Week in Madden, let me know. Send me a video. Send me a comment, and I'll go ahead and review it, and we'll put it into a future version of This Week in Madden. So thank you once again to my subscribers. I really appreciate your support, and until next time.